So now we will see background property in CSS. So guys, basically the CSS background properties are used to add background effects for elements, and this we are going to check with the help of examples as well. So below are some of the background properties in CSS that we can use. So the very first property that we are going to see is the background color. So let us move to the VS Code over here. So we already have three elements in this case, that is h1 element, this is heading 1, then we have a paragraph and we have a div element as well. Now guys, we have a style.css property, so I'll remove all the lines of code that we had written previously, and let's say for this header, that is h1, we want to have the background color as yellow. So what we can do is, I'll save this file now and try reloading this page on the browser first. So this is the default page without any CSS that is applied on the web page. So we will be applying the background color as yellow to this header element. So we come to this style.css external file, and over here we provide the selector that is h1. So for this h1 tag, we are going to provide the background color property, and the color that we are going to provide is yellow in this case. Let me just save this file now and try reloading this page once again on the browser. So as you can see, this is the way that we can provide the background color to any HTML element. We can provide the background color to the entire body of the web page as well. So instead of having this h1 selector, we can simply provide the body tag, and the same background color that is yellow will be applied to the entire body. So let me just save this file now and try reloading this page once again on the browser. So as you can see, this is the color that is being applied to the body with the help of the background color. Now guys, let us move to another property. We have something called as opacity, which means it specifies the opacity or transparency of an element. It can take a value from 0.0 up to 1.0. The lower the value is, the more transparent the color will be. So guys, what we can do is simply inside the same body tag, we will have the opacity element as well. So let's say we want the transparency to be 50%. So simply we will provide the value as 0.5 for the opacity property in this case. Let me just save this file now and try reloading this page once again on the browser. So as you can see, the opacity of the yellow background color is being updated with the help of this 0.5 opacity. So in this way you can provide the opacity property as well. I'll remove this opacity factor for now so that we are going to deal with the pure colors in this case. So let me just reload this page. So as you can see, we have the yellow background color for the property. Now guys, let us move to another property. We have something called as background image. So guys, this is one of the important properties if you want to set the background image for the HTML element. So let's say we want to set the background image for the entire body. So instead of a background color, we should be having the background image. So how do we define that? So basically we are going to have the background image in this case. So as you can see, this is the property that is suggested by the VS Code. So over here, after we provide background image followed by colon, we have to use the URL function. So this is the function that we will be using, and inside the open and close parenthesis we will provide the double quotes. Now guys, we already have the sample image over here. As you can see, sample underscore image.png file is being stored in the same directory. So what we have to do is simply we need to provide the name of this file. So the sample underscore image.png is the file that we are going to select. So basically this is the image that will be displayed as the background image for the body element of the web page. So guys, let me just save this file now and try reloading this page once again on the browser. So as you can see, there is a background image that is set over here. I'll just zoom out a little bit so that you can see the background image properly. So as you can see, this is the background image that is being set over here. Now guys, by default, whenever you set the background image to a particular HTML element, the image will repeat itself in order to cover the entire screen. So as you can see, the same image is getting repeated over here multiple number of times. So the next property, that is background repeat, will help us in order to set whether we want to repeat it in the horizontal direction, or if we want to repeat it in the vertical direction, or we don't want to repeat the background image. So simply we have to come over here inside the same body tag. In this case, we will say background followed by hyphen, and then we have the repeat words. So basically it is the background repeat property that we are going to use, and simply let's say if we want to repeat it in the horizontal direction, then we can use the repeat -x. By default the repeat value is being used, in which case it is going to repeat horizontally and vertically as well. But this time let's say if we want to repeat it horizontally, so we'll set it as repeat -x in this case. Let me just save this file now and try reloading this page once again on the browser. So as you can see, the image is getting repeated in the horizontal direction now, and we also have the background color that is being applied to the remaining portion of the background. Now guys, let us say if we want to repeat the image in the vertical direction, so what we can do is simply we can set the background repeat to repeat -y in this case. So let me just save this file now and try reloading this page once again on the browser. So as you can see, the image is getting repeated in the vertical direction now. And let's say if we don't want to repeat the image, if we want the image to be displayed only once, so simply we can set the value as no repeat in this case. So we have this no repeat value as well. So we provide this no repeat value. Let me just save this file now and try reloading this page once again on the browser. So as you can see, the image is getting displayed only once. So guys, in this way you can also handle the background repeat property and set it accordingly whether you want to repeat the images or not. Now guys, apart from this we have another property that is background position. So guys, basically this will help us in order to provide certain position to the image. So by default it is the top left position at which the background image is getting displayed right now. But let's say if we want to display it at the top right position over here on the right hand side of the screen, so what we can do is simply we have to provide the background position property in this case. So we have background -position, and this time we are going to provide right and then followed by space, and then we also have the top keyword. So let me just save this file now and try reloading this page once again on the browser. So as you can see, the image is getting displayed on the right hand side and at the top side of the web page. So guys, the background position property will help us in order to provide certain position to the image that we want to display on the web page. Now guys, apart from this we also have something called as background attachment over here. Now in order to check this, we need to have multiple lines of code inside our HTML document. So currently we are having only 3 elements, that is header, then we have paragraph and the div element. So as you can see, these are the elements over here. I'll zoom out little bit so that you can properly see the image on the right hand side in this case. Now guys, what we can do is simply I'm going to add more HTML elements over here in such a way that we are able to scroll this page. So simply I'll come to this HTML document and we will have the paragraph tag over here, and then we will have the lorem that will help us in order to generate the text. Now how many times we want this lorem sample text? We are going to multiply it by 100 times, which means 100 such sentences needs to be generated inside this paragraph tag over here. So when we press enter, as you can see, automatically the entire text is getting generated. So there is a very long text that is being displayed over here right now inside the paragraph tag. Now guys, let me just save this file now and try reloading this page once again on the browser. So as you can see, this is the text that is getting displayed right now. Let me just zoom in a little bit over here. Now as you can see, there is a scroll bar in this case. Now guys, the important thing to note over here is when we scroll this web page, as you can see, the image is also getting scrolled. So this is the background image that we have applied on this web page, and when we scroll it vertically, the image is going on the top and now it is getting disappeared from the screen. So guys, over here the background attachment property is being used and it is being set to scroll by default. So what we can do is we have to come to the style.css external file, and then simply we have to provide background attachment over here. So this is the CSS property that we will be using. So by default it is being set to scroll over here. So let me just save this file now and try reloading this page. As you can see, the image is getting scrolled and it is getting disappeared. But let's say if we want this image to be fixed at this particular position or any position based on your requirement, so what we can do is we need to set this background attachment property to fixed value. So I'll just remove this value and then we are going to provide the value that is fixed in this case. So let me just save this file now and try reloading this page once again on the browser. Now if we try to scroll, so as you can see we are scrolling the content, but the image is at its fixed position over here. That's because we have provided the background attachment property with the value that is fixed in this case. So guys, basically this line of code will help you in order to make your background image fixed and do not scroll based on the content of the web page. So in this way we can use multiple background properties inside our CSS based on our requirements. Now guys, apart from this we also have something called as background shorthand property. So instead of using all these properties individually, we can combine them, and the sequence in which it is going to be combined is the same sequence. That is, first we are going to provide the background color, then we have something called as background image, then we have background repeat, background position and background attachment. So let me just remove all these lines of code over here, and then let me just save this file now and try reloading this page once again on the browser. So as you can see, we don't have any background property right now, and simply we are having the normal text that we had defined inside the HTML page. So let's say we want to define certain background properties with the help of the shorthand method. So simply we provide background CSS property, and first of all we can provide the color. So as you can see, we need to provide the background color over here. So let's say we provide the same color, that is yellow in this case, and then after this we need to provide the space character in order to provide the value for the next background CSS property. So over here we have the background image property. So simply we can provide the value for this image. So how do we provide the value? We use the URL function, and then inside the parenthesis and double quotes we have the name of the image or the directory path along with the image name. So we have sample underscore image.png in this case, and then again followed by the space character, and then we can have the background repeat property. In case if you don't want to mention any of the values for a specific background property over here, then you can ignore that property and move to the next property. So over here background repeat is the next property. So simply we can provide no repeat in this case, which is one of the values for the background repeat property. Next, after the space we are going to keep the position again as top right over here. So we simply have to provide right followed by space, and then we have top keyword in this case. And then guys, the last property, that is background attachment, can be provided with a particular value over here. So let's say if you want to ignore that property, so simply we don't provide any value to that particular property. So let me just save this file now. If you notice that instead of having the 4 or 5 lines of code, we have just provided the shorthand method, that is background property, and we have provided all the values in just one line. And this is one of the efficient ways in order to provide multiple values to the CSS shorthand property of background. Guys, let me just save this file now and try reloading this page once again on the browser. So now as you can see, there is an image that is getting displayed. The first value, that is yellow, which is the background color of the body, is being displayed over here. And then after that the image is getting displayed, which is not repeating itself. So no repeat is also working, and it is at the position that is right top. What if we want to get this image at the center of the screen, at the top position? So simply we provide the top keyword so that it is present at the top and at the center as well. So let me just save this file now and try reloading this page once again on the browser. So as you can see, it is at the top and at the center position if we check it horizontally. And then when we scroll this web page, so as you can see, the image is scrollable right now. That's because we have not provided the fixed value of the background attachment property. If we provide the fixed value in the end in this case, so let me just provide that value as well. Let me just save this file now and try reloading this page once again on the browser. And if we scroll now, so as you can see, the image is getting fixed right now. So guys, this is one of the important ways in order to provide the background properties that you want to apply based on your requirements. Comment in the comment section below whether you have learned something out of this video. Please make sure that you like this video so that it reaches to more people, and subscribe to this channel so that you get the notifications on upcoming videos as well. The next video that we are going to talk about is border property in CSS. So stay tuned.